Sitting on my deck. My hair's a mess because it's really windy. And you see some of the new things I bought. Yeah, getting ready to plant some more stuff this week. We do have Monday and Tuesday are Phil. We've got a funeral to go to. Anyway, want to talk a little bit about the next big thing for Disney, and it's gonna be Pixar because the Wokistanians getting their way with Lightyear has turned out to be kind of bad, okay, for everybody. And I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit because this is more AMO for JPEG to use against them. And if you remember right, the walkout had its genesis in Pixar when basically Disney execs, I would say Alan Bergman, JPEG, etc., basically said, get that gay kiss out of there, get that shit out of there. And of course, the usual suspects freaked out. Voila, there you go. Okay, so, but it's flopping. It's probably going to be 50 million this weekend or lower, and it's getting curb stomped by Jurassic Park and Top Gun Maverick, which is good, very good. What again? This is going to be the impetus and the ammo needed for JPEG to fire people. All right, what we want to either shake Pixar loose, which I don't think they will. I don't think that he's even thinking about that. What I think is, I think he's probably gonna get rid of a few people. I mean, don't be surprised if you see another big firing coming soon. I don't know. But that movie was incredibly expensive to make. And the fact of the matter is, it's not going to break even. It's just not. So boo-hoo on that. Anyway, so I'm, on Twitter here and there. Star Wars Twitter account. First off, because I looked and I just got bored. I didn't want to see what they were saying. I got whatever. Maybe I'll do that later tonight before I go to bed. They basically chased a fan off of Twitter for saying that the sequel trilogy was trash. Is that my understanding? Well, I'll tell you something. If you have a movie studio and the PR department is run by a bunch of shiftless social justice piss ants who can't get along with anybody, who obviously live in a bubble, an echo chamber, who don't have any idea how to react when somebody disagrees with them, says something to them, and they behave this way, that's bad. It's not professional. Okay, but I'll tell you something. When you got a studio, and this goes for actors, Gina Carano befriending YouTubers, goes for underlings at Lucasfilm, friending Molly Damon from Star Wars Explained. You know her and the poorly attended Rey's Bestest Eva fan panel that she had on the fan stage at Celebration that nobody went to. I've got the receipts. Yeah, they talking back and forth like, and that, I'm going to say that bothers me. Now, why? It's it sets a bad precedent. They should not be talking to YouTubers. Should not be talking to making Star Wars explained or making Star Wars. Should not be talking to any of us. Okay, this is unprofessional. They're not. In social media is public relations. Okay, it is not. You know, you walk in. I mean, because I look at my Twitter account as a bar. Hey, Ghost Rider. Oh, keep real world. Okay, thanks. Oh boy, am I gonna troll them when I get done here. It is very interesting to me watching this shit continue. Kennedy's on her way out the door, and these people act like nothing's changed, and they have to know. They have to know that there's a new boss getting ready to saddle up. Okay, and they have to. I mean, this is what I think. These people are so far out of touch with. Oh God, Luke with what's going on inside Disney. Even though they all chirped up about it, that they don't think it'll touch them. Okay, so they can have public friendships and be publicly friendly and trade information with inherently horrible people like Molly Damon, her creepy husband, who's a pig, by the way. I saw a picture of him, and it's like, dude, that gut of yours, hide it. My God, find a tailor. And of course, you know, the resident perv, Jason Ward, they think that they can be friends with these people, share information, that it's professional to do that. No, it's not. It's like, look, it's like the PR, press secretary in my old boss's office, Mr. Army's office, befriending Alex Jones, okay, and telling him things he shouldn't know. That's what is going on here. All right, that is what is going on here. And it's really something to see because they don't understand what it's going to look like, what their jobs are going to look like in a year. And you know, I gotta think somebody's watching this. Okay, look at my hair. It's windy. Somebody at Disney's. I mean, look, Pablo, you know, said something incredibly shitty, probably because he hates everybody, about Anthony Ingruber, I think, on Twitter, but on his private account, okay, so we can read it. So we can't read it. Why? Because he doesn't want Disney to see it. He doesn't want Disney to see it. And why? Because he's been told over and over and over again, quit fucking around or you're gonna get fired. Okay? So he's got this private account. Now, I'm gonna say this. If that tweet that was shitty about the fans in general and Star Wars theory in particular was put out there, other tweets can go out there. My advice is, if you don't want to lose your job, get the fuck off Twitter. Because eventually, that private account, somebody's going to sabotage it, and everything that he's been saying is going to come out, because that's what happens. Nothing is private on Twitter. Nothing. Okay? I've seen people share private messages. I've seen private account, you know, stuff said on a private account made public all the time. It's, you know, if you don't want to get fired, and get off Twitter. And the company is going to have to come way hard on the social media people at Lucasfilm, because, and I really would like to talk to the PR guy, because It's bad for business. I mean, look, I haven't forgotten why we're here. I will never forget why I'm here. So we can go on Twitter and not have the 5 people and their thousands of bots shove Ray down our throats. Okay? I'm here to end that shit. I'm here to see people who love the franchise have a chance to fix it. Okay? And the fans get now what they thought they wanted, but something that's better. Give the fans what they never expected they wanted. Okay? And it's not Ray Blow and Kyle Ron and all the rest of that shit. It's not, you know, the dwarf Oscar Kojak, stay. It's not the dwarf Oscar Isaac. It's not John Boyega and Kelly Marie Tran and the crumbling Laura Dern. None of that. Okay. It's not. I don't think it'll be very difficult to fix Star Wars, and I think they're doing it right now, despite the black pills. This is my thing. I think if Disney went ahead and put a hard date on when Kennedy's leaving, either the end of October, when the fiscal year's up, or after Indy 5's released, one or the other, because she acted like that was her last Star Wars celebration. I mean, she really did. They put a hard date up there. I think the black pills, they'd move the goalpost back, but it would take part of the conversation away. Okay, it would take part of the conversation away. Then Disney needs to go in and start doing what I would say an audit. In an audit, you guys have put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen Office Space. Okay, the 2 guys, the Bobs. If you've seen Office Space, you know what kind of audit I'm talking about. It's what I would call an employee audit. They have these guys come in and they basically sit down and ask people, what do they do all day? What is your job? What is your job description? What do you do all day? Okay. And then they tell the bosses, well, you've got, yeah, so what is it that you do? You've got these redundancies. We've seen, just in looking at some of the things that we've seen, like, let's say they're looking at the social media, some very unprofessional behavior on the part of not just the social media, but a lot of your employees. And the customers won't respond well to that and haven't. So then Disney can make a recommendation for whoever's walking in saying that this is what we would like to see happen. This is what we'd like to see. These are the changes. And usually when someone new comes in, they bring their own crew, okay? You know, and when I look at the social media and I see whoever is the admin there for the Twitter account talking to Molly fucking Damon, it absolutely blows my mind that they don't think that there's even a hint of, what do they call that? A relationship you're not supposed to have, and I can't think of it right now. That there's not a hint of anything wrong with that. It's like, you know, if they chased a guy off Twitter saying just keep fucking relevant politics out of Star Wars, that was not professional. And look, the only way we can get anybody that is higher up in the food chain at Lucasfilm to notice it is to bombard them with tweets. Because it's not like I can get on this phone later and get a hold of Dave Filoni and say, you got to do something about this. This is bad. Okay, this is not professional. And I mean, I'm gonna be brutally honest. Making Star Wars Explained is one of the reasons why we can't have nice things. Okay? Molly Damon, hey, Matt Piranha, is a vicious, misandrist chick. She is. She really is a vicious person. Okay? And she's not a feminist. She's a feminine superiority person. She's Rush, God bless his soul, said it best, feminazi, okay? And in my opinion, I'm literally like looking at this and laughing, but I'm also like shaking my head, thinking, they should not be allowed to do this, so why is it happening still? Are the chickens being, or the fox or the chickens being left to govern themselves while everybody is away? I mean, is Lucasfilm still in so much of a turmoil that nobody's noticing this shit? You got a guy making one simple request. Horrible. Get out the guillotine. All right? And then you've got this relationship between whoever is a Star Wars social media person and that disgusting, angry feminazi. Just, if I was the new PR guy that came from Disney, so he's one of Chapek's boys, and I walked in and saw that, the admin wouldn't have a job in about 10 seconds after that. Who's Molly Damon? Oh, she's just a friend, and she had a panel on the fan stage at Celebration. But who is she? Well, she and her husband run Star Wars Explained, and is she so she's a YouTuber. Well, among other things, okay, has she caused any trouble among the fan groups? Well, she attacks, well, no, well, she doesn't really put up with people who don't like Rey and Reylo, and, all right, and you're talking to her. Honey, I wouldn't let you make a friendship with anybody on YouTube. You're fired. This is just absolutely mind-blowing that this is still happening. Is this where Hollywood is now? Here's a question. Do you think Robert Evans, or no, better yet, Charlie Bluthorn would let this go on? What the fuck? No, he wouldn't. He'd fire them. You're making our stock drop. I mean, you don't make friends with fans. Don't. All right? Why? It just comes back to bite you in the ass. Everybody. Okay? And, one of the reasons why all this shit has gone down between the fans and Star Wars is because of this. Because these people who say they like the sequel trilogy, who like this woke shit, ingratiated themselves with people at Lucasfilm who like it. And so, when all the turmoil started, before TFA came out, these people that have YouTube channels and they have a presence on the online everywhere. Hey, Senator Dave. They started on the behalf of the wokesters at Lucasfilm attacking people like us. Okay? And look what it's done. Look what befriending Star Wars Explained, I'm talking about them right now, has done. Hey, Dave. David Walker. You know, look at what's happened. It's unbelievable to me in so many ways that we get to sit here and still see this continue. This is not 2018 anymore. All right, the fact, and again, the thing I find funny, the thing I find the funniest, is that people at Lucasfilm in the area, in the mid-level to low-level executives like Hidalgo and the rest of them, they've done so much damage by befriending Jason Ward, Molly and Alex Damon, and the rest of that shit of humanity, that garbage, that sewage. They don't understand the ramifications of what happened when Peter Rice got fired. He fucking got fucking fired. He wasn't told, we want you to resign in 3 months. No, get your shit and go. That's exactly what it was. Okay? Not, you know, I want to be very clear. I want to be very, very, very clear on that. And these people, Pablo, the Star Wars admin, etc., don't really understand that the ball rolls downhill now. Okay? Kennedy is not going to protect him anymore. Okay? Somebody else is fixing to take over. It's obvious to me now. They won't, they don't understand what is really going on. Yeah, Jonathan, I think you're right. And I think, you know, if I could actually get a letter I might write him again, a letter to Bob Chapek and say, you got to do something about this. And describe what that girl has been doing because, you know, I don't call her a woman, because she's so immature. I'm talking about Molly Damon. And, I mean, really, though, they don't understand that next year Lucasfilm is going to be completely different, right? Every one of those studios is going to look different because Chapek probably has a new deal. They haven't said a word about it. But if he had not, because of what he did to Peter Rice, there's your indication. There's your indication. Okay? And they're not powerful. You know, I look at any of these people and I say, you could be replaced in 3 seconds with someone who wants your job, who loves the franchise, and who behaves in a professional manner. Okay? And, you know, somebody who's not going to go out of their way to befriend the cancer of humanity, which is the shill parts of YouTube, okay? In fact, if I had my way, I'd stick Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, Making Star Wars Explained, Hello Greedo, Steele Saunders, and a bunch of other ones in a burlap bag and let them all duke it out. And whoever wins, that's who we squash. Whoever crawls out, you know, that's what I would do. I mean, you know, this is so bad. It blows my mind how bad it is. You know, I haven't worked anywhere since I left DC. All right. I saw unprofessional shit go on the executive side, on the executive branch, but never on the legislative side. Yeah, it'd be Thunderdome, or the Joker, when he takes a cue stick, breaks it in half, and hands one to one of Little Gamble's people, and hands the other one to Gamble's person, and says, "We've only got room for one, and whoever wins can be on the team." So guess what? You're gonna try to kill each other. I mean, that, you know, I get a sense it's almost a joke for them. I really, really do. That whole scene where, in The Patriot, where you got Tavington standing there, and Cornwallis says, basically, what is done in my name reflects upon me. So when I look at these guys, and they're at Star Wars Twitter, and they're talking to Molly Damon, I'm like, this is why we can't have nice things. She's toxic, all right? I don't want them talking to me. I don't want them to. I don't want any access. I don't think any of us should. Okay? Again, don't befriend a celebrity, and don't befriend PR people or anything like that that work for a company like Lucasfilm. The reason why is because it's going to end up biting you in the ass. And especially, well, no, and really, if it's public, yeah, okay, I've seen it happen. I saw it happen with Gerard Butler. I saw it happen with Yoan Griffith. It happens all the time. So, eventually that relationship is going to blow up. And probably the reason why is because that social media person at Lucasfilm is going to get fired. As well they should. And the reason simply is she's not professional. It's a she too. It is definitely a she. And the playful way that this person was talking to her, I was like, oh, fuck. They're like 13-year-old girls. When I was looking at that, I'm like, this is not right. It is not right at all. Anyway, but I want to put that out there because the things have got to change. They really have to change. Disney's got to take control of it. And the funny thing again is Pablo and the rest of these, jackasses have no idea that the firing of Peter Rice was a big fucking deal for everybody. Elon Musk, when he takes control over Twitter, he's not going to have any say about who runs that account. But if they lose their bots, because of him, that would help. Shrink them down to size, I think. All these people. I looked at Pablo's account. What are you doing? I looked at Pablo's account and was like, he's got like 20,000 followers. I'll bet you $1,000, 75% of them are fake accounts. I'll bet you they are. I'll bet you $1,000. So we may see some justice on that side. Well, that's it. It's not necessarily that they shill products, is that they go after fans who don't like it. And Cine Dave knows. Okay, if Euler Greg was here, he could tell you. Mazurus was here, he could tell you that we have been really, the fandom has been ruined, not just by the black pills. Look, again, the black pills are a product of these left-wing, misandrist, angry, non-fan YouTubers who have glommed on Star Wars, not because they love the franchise or understand it, but because they can use it to forward their stupid cause. They've, you know, they've created the black pills with all this. Okay, it's an inappropriate relationship. It's yeah, it's you know, you can't be friends with a fan. All right, for so many reasons. It's it's not, you know. Anyway, I just decided to go live because I was like reading this shit on Twitter and going, I mean, it really is time for this shit to end. I mean, in fact, I might go on a rant on Twitter about it. I don't know. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. All right, you guys behave. Have a good evening, and I'll see you around the galaxy. No videos tomorrow, and probably not until late Tuesday afternoon. See you guys later.